Party people, what's good? Good Monday evening. We are live in the building, so y'all already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? For those of you who are watching, we are live on Facebook. We are live on LinkedIn. We are live on YouTube. Not just YouTube, but we are live on YouTube Shorts at the same time, and we are live on Instagram Live right now. So y'all already know how I do. It's Monday. This is Create, Inspire, and Solve, where I want to show you how you can connect with the audience, how you can attract the audience that has been assigned to your voice. And how do we do that? We do that through content creation, giving you tech tools, tips, strategies, and all those different things that's going to help you build a better brand, grow your business, and help you create a community around the things that you are most passionate about. So I appreciate you all coming by for the first time. If you're on Facebook, definitely hit that like button. If you're on YouTube, you already know what to do. Let's get those likes up, hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell so you can be notified every single time I go live to my channel. I appreciate the IG community jumping in with us. I appreciate those of you who are coming in on YouTube Shorts. Go ahead, it's automatic. Hit that comment section. If you can hear me, drop a 1 in the comments. If you can see me, drop a 2. It is better for me to be heard than for me to be seen. So if you can hear me, drop a 1 in the comments. And if you can see me, drop a 2. What's going on? Sharita Dawson, Lady Sharita Dawson, Sharita Dawson, good to see you tonight. John, what's going on, man? Good to see you. But like I said, we got a lot to go over tonight, so I don't want to necessarily belabor the time. Y'all already know we are live every single Monday night at 7 p.m. Every single Monday night at 7 p.m. we are live in the building. I'm excited tonight because we do have a special guest in the building. Y'all already know what it is. They call her Jackie the Educator, but Miss Jacquelyn Horbrook herself is in the building, ready to go. All right, so for those of you who don't know what we have going on and you're trying to figure out how in the world do I have ECAMM and all these other things going on at the same time, listen, I just kind of gave it away. I said ECAMM. I said ECAMM Live. ECAMM Live is how we get all of this done. So guess what I'm doing? ECAMM is not sponsoring this. They might not even know that I'm actually doing this, but I'm doing this for y'all. I'm gonna give you 14 days free. If you want, you know what I'm saying, to have a live stream, to have a production like this, you know, there's some cameras, some lights, some microphones, some other things involved, but just the overall presentation. I had a great coaching call this morning, you know what I'm saying? So like, we've been busy all day, so I'm gonna make sure we go ahead and get the guest in and get her out tonight, because I'm tired myself. But and I don't want to hold y'all out, you know, because it's Monday. But listen, I'm giving you 14 days free. So all of my Mac users, I'm sorry, we're apostolic family over here. If you're using PC or Android, I'm gonna just pray for you. But for all of my Mac users, I'm giving you 14 days free of ECAMM. ECAMM is not just a live streaming software, but I record every single video, every single reel, every single short that you've seen me post lately has come from ECAMM. 14 days, it's a real free trial. You don't even have to put your credit card information in, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, had a coaching call this morning, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to be the next on the list, go ahead, hit that link, walterjennette.com/coaching, so we can get that popping. I got a big announcement for you all though. Merch is back. Shout out to Doc Rock and the Fourth Wall team for really getting this set up, man. Merch is back in the building, and so we're going to be doing a drop every single week. So you should see right now, if you're on YouTube, you should actually see that enabled in my store. If not, just go to the channel and you should see some merch already available out there. Creative collection has been open again. So like I said, we'll go ahead and get to that in a second. But like I said, I don't necessarily want to waste a lot of time. The only other thing I want to do, tell y'all that we do have going on. Remember, webinar registration is currently open. Mastering the art of content strategy. Mastering the art of content strategy. Listen, if you want to know how to take your content game to the next level. It's a lot of people out here quitting. Every time you log on YouTube, somebody else quitting, somebody else burnt out, somebody else tired. Again, content creation is hard. It's difficult. It's not easy, but I want to help you create sustainable and realistic. Put that in the chat. I want you to put that in the chat. Say realistic strategies that are going to help you build a long-term successful content creation career. I don't want you quitting. I don't want you burning out. You know what I'm saying? So y'all already know, March the 4th, 7 p.m. You've been seeing the link plastered everywhere. I'll actually show it to you a little bit later on, but that is what we have going on. So if you are ready if you are ready, you know what I'm saying, to bring our guest on. If you are ready, like I said, I'm jumping out there. Y'all know we normally don't even move this fast, but we jumping out there tonight. If you are ready to bring the guest on, I want you to go ahead and put "I am ready" in the chat. Let's go ahead and get that. Charles Granham says realistic. I appreciate it. Sharita Dawson says she's ready. If you are ready, go ahead and put "I'm ready" in the chat. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a great. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a great conversation tonight. Black female CEO. This one is for the ladies. Fellas, I'm sorry. I'll get to y'all later. I already done told y'all. I don't know. Analytics say, you know, females don't like my content, but it's okay. I'm not going to complain about that tonight. We can save that for another time. But black female CEO. And I was very intentional about putting black female CEO because that's what we want to talk about. But again, those of you, if you are watching, go ahead in the chat, put "I'm ready," hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, go ahead, do all the things that you know you are supposed to do. And I do see everybody coming in the chat saying they're ready. So listen, I'm going to play this quick video and then we're going to bring her up on the screen. All right, let's get it. Let's go.
All right, guys, I'm going to be real with you. I hate selling. So I'm not going to sell to you. I'm going to tell you the facts. Here's what's happening. May 10th and 11th, here in Austell, Georgia, we're having our very first Black Christian Influencers Conference. Guys, this conference is special because we're not just gonna have sessions and panels. We're having keynote speakers, we're having guest interviews, we're having a BCI honors event where we're gonna really celebrate the people that are doing work in this community. Not only that, we're gonna have a worship experience. I'm talking cry your eyes out, eyelashes on the floor, pouring out to God type of thing. Like, we're really going to do something new and exciting in this space for Christian influencers. So if you want to be a part of this,
Listen, Jackie is in the building. Ms. Horbrook, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking, man. How are you?
Man, I'm good. I'm trying to be like you. Listen, you that's a major event you got going on in Atlanta, the BCI. This is the first one, right? First one you're doing?
First one.
First one. Tell me, and we'll get into it a little bit, but how did the conference come about? Like, how did we get to this point?
Yeah, people have been talking about us doing a conference since we started. So day one, which is about 4 years ago now, people were like, wow, we need to do a conference. We need to bring all these people together. But I'm a little bit conservative. Like, I like to take things in strides and be strategic. So I was like, okay, we'll keep it in mind. We're going to do it. But, you know, it's all about the timing. And, you know, we've gotten to the place where our community is established and, you know, we have lots of other ventures that support BCI financially and myself. And so now I'm like, okay, we're in a stable place to be able to do a conference because conference requires a lot of upfront capital, especially if you want to do it right. So for me, I'm all about excellence. And so I'm like, we can't do that until I have enough to do it right. So now here we are. 4 years later, excited to get it done.
Listen, that's what's up. You said a mouthful right there. So we got some people. We got people in the chat. We got people watching. Florence, hey, what's going on? KMH family, thank you all for tuning in. Look, if y'all on YouTube Shorts, I would suggest you come over to the regular format because I can't put you on the screen. You know what I'm saying? And IG, same with y'all. We'll get to that later. But Jackie, I want to play a quick game with you. You know what I'm saying? Just so we can give the people a chance to really kind of get to know you and to just see what we got going on. So we're going to play a game called Rapid Fire, okay? Rapid Fire. Are y'all ready for Rapid Fire? We're going to play a game. Actually, this is the first time I'm actually doing Rapid Fire on this particular video, so y'all should be very excited about that. If you are excited, go ahead and put in the chat, say Rapid Fire. I know y'all like my corny little game music or whatever. Nah, y'all remember we was trying to do that on the first live and that jump was crazy. All right, Jackie, 60 seconds, rapid fire. I'm gonna just give you a series of questions and I just want you, you know what I'm saying? First thing that comes to mind, it's all you, okay? All right, let's go rapid fire. All right, favorite place to vacation?
Home.
Oh, that's real. Favorite food?
I don't know. know if I have a favorite food. Spaghetti.
Okay. All right. What book are you reading right now?
My book.
Okay. Ooh, we're gonna talk about that. All right. Dinner with Jay-Z or $500,000?
Give me the. Uh-oh, it paused. I can't hear it anymore.
Now, y'all know I've been going live 100,000 times. This ain't never happened. This ain't
This ain't
never.
nothing but the
I've been live 20. I ain't gonna blame it on him, but I have been live 20 times, and I just said on the coaching call today. You know what I'm saying? That tech thing's gonna happen. So guess what we're gonna do? I'm gonna go right back to it. We're gonna start over because I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what that's about. You know what I'm saying? But let me double check here. All right, we're not gonna worry about the music. Forget that. We still gonna have a great time. Let's keep on going. All right, so we already know. Let's see, dinner with Jay-Z or 500,000.
500,000 for sure.
Okay, definitely. One word first word that comes to mind to describe you being an entrepreneur.
Multitasking.
Multitasking. Okay. All right. One word to describe being a Black woman.
Complicated.
Okay, that's a good one. Favorite scripture in the Bible?
Jeremiah 29:11.
Okay, I like that. Biggest fear?
Not trying.
Okay. Beyonce or Taylor Swift?
Give me Beyonce. I'll take Beyonce.
Okay. Hymns or CCM?
Gotta stick with the hymns for sure. Gotta have my old school.
All right. And one word to describe Jackie?
Jackie is man, that's a good question. I would say diverse.
Ooh, okay, diverse. I like that. So in line with you saying diverse, you being a black woman, being a CEO and founder of a major movement right now. I know you mentioned you have your favorite book right now is your own.
It's the only one I can focus on right now. I'm trying to complete it. It is, I'm signed with a great publishing company and they've given me a deadline.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I got about a month to finish a few chapters. I could do it though.
Okay. What have you always wanted to write? Have you always wanted to be an author, or is this something new that just kind of pushed you to that?
You know what? No, I haven't actually. Honestly, I don't read myself a lot because I think sometimes books for me are kind of boring. And that's just being real. Like,
no, I can respect that.
I get so many books sent to me. People want me to read their books and comment. I'm like, y'all, I'm sorry. I don't do a lot of reading. That's not my thing. But what I do want to do is for the people that do read, I want them to hear my voice and I want them to be excited. Just like I do on social media, I'm trying to write in that same voice. I'm not trying to be deep and make it sound like something I'm not, but I also want to make sure that, it's true to who I am. So it's going to be good.
That's dope. Staying in that same frame, just talking about being diverse. Let's jump right into it because, like I said, I want to go ahead and get you out of here. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? So did the black? Let's stand in line with the conversation. When you introduce yourself to people, when people see you, is it hey, am I Jackie? Am I a black woman? Am I a CEO? Am I a founder? I know you use the word diverse. Is it all encompassing? Do you find yourself having a code switch even amongst your own circles, just to kind of balance out? A lot of people, that's a conversation I had earlier. It's like, bro, it's not even so much code switching for other people. It's like, sometimes I got to figure out how to switch within my own, communities. But, what takes precedent, when you're just, right now, I'm pretty sure you're probably just Jackie because you've been everything else all day. But in general, what comes first for you? What takes priority?
Yeah, honestly, it depends on the setting. And I think we all have to learn how to be adaptable and listen to other people. That's one of, I think, my greatest strengths is that I listen and I make sure I respond according to what people are saying. So, if I'm at my daughter's school and we're talking about, things that are going on in the classroom and different things like that, I'll tell them, oh yeah, I used to be an educator. right? Or if I'm around
Mm-hmm.
influencers and we're talking about, man, it's a lot of a need for more brand opportunities. I'll tell them
Mm-hmm.
about my agency that I run, right? So
Okay.
you're different things to different people, and that's what you always have to start with. So it's important for me when I talk to people, I ask you about you first. I'm like, so tell me
Mm.
about you. Like, I'll tell you about me, but I want to know about you first because that's basically going to help me to tailor what I say about me.
That's good and a very interesting perspective. I haven't heard anybody quite put it like that. Andrea, the counselor on IG, says that's good. So, I mean, like, how do you balance? I'm about to, this is the B word is very bad. Balance. Like, how do you find the time? Or is balance even possible? This is a conversation that's going on a lot, especially in the content creation community, but especially with entrepreneurship and business owners. And so many people are having to just juggle a lot of different hats, and a lot of different tasks and things. And somebody in a position like yours, like, again, I know you wanna listen first, but at what point do you listen to yourself? Like, how do you balance all of that? Like, what stops you from being one of these people on YouTube that says, I'm quitting?
Well, I have been one of those people. So honestly, I think anybody who is doing something with everything they got will have moments of feeling like they want to quit. Now, it's your level of perseverance that will keep you from doing it.
Mm.
And that's for me where I differ. I don't try to paint this picture of me being this perfect entrepreneur or this perfect person. I'm very real about who I am and where I am. So, I think that's something that if more people shared, you would realize like, oh, wow, we've all been on our last,
Oh
last
yeah,
foot a few times, right? And
that's good.
then the next morning we get up, we shake it off and we do better. So I think that my bounce back game is a lot better than most. I have moments where I'm like, I'm just done. I'm done. And then give me 5 minutes and I'm recharged and ready,
Right,
So
right.
it's really all about us learning to rebound and to just persevere. You can't start something and expect for it to be an instant success. Perseverance is
Ooh,
required.
I'm so glad you said that because again, everybody, we live in I mean, we've heard it practically all of our lives, especially our generation and millennials and all this. And y'all are the microwave generation and you want everything quick. But we really see it now, just even from a content creation standpoint. Like, everybody wants to go viral, and I
Oh
think
yeah.
that's how we even got to this point where nobody wants the long-term sustainable success. It's like, I want it, it's my money. JG Wentworth, I want it right now. And that's cool, and different strokes for different folks, and I'm one of those people. I tell people, hey, if that's what you want, I'm not for you. I'm here to make sure that, 20, 30 years from now, people are like, bro, like, that man killed social media, and it's still, and the things he's doing are still relevant today. How, talking about that, how has that transition been for you? Because I saw, you got all the latest and greatest, the Rode Procaster and the Rodecaster and the mics and the podcast looks real good. Like, what made you want to jump into that? Was that your decision? Did your team kind of push you into that, or did you just feel it was necessary, for kind of this next season of what you're doing?
I think it's definitely necessary. I've always been interested in having my own show. Before there was a Black
Okay.
Christian Influencers, there was a Jackie the Educator and Higher Learning. So that was
I
a,
saw
a
that.
show that I did on YouTube. And so that was crazy because one of the reasons I started Black Christian Influencers is because I'm like, man, how am I supposed to find my audience? Like, what am I
Mm.
going to do? Like, why am I creating all of this content and I don't even know who's going to receive it? So I paused on that higher learning to create a space where I can put my audience together. That was the initial pretense of
Ooh,
BCI.
that's good. Okay.
Um, but once I started getting the people together, I told you I'm a listener. I listened to what they were saying. They were like, first of all, why are we here together? This is dope. Who are you? I never met you
Right.
before. You're great.
Right.
Right? Literally, I'm just throwing them in the Facebook group together. They know me and they know that, Jackie's cool and she's connecting us with some other cool people. That's all it started off as, right? And then in the group, as they started interacting, I just listened. I was a fly on the wall. I was just interacting like, hey guys, these are just some people that I think are great. All of us are influencers in our own spaces,
Hmm.
doctors, attorneys, YouTube personalities, pastors, preachers. And I think we will benefit from knowing each other. And, from those conversations that I looked at, because I was over the group, I could see everything.
Right,
I
right,
learned
right.
that this was needed. I learned what they were needing, and they needed community outside of the church. And so I was like, bet this is one of those moments where either you pivot or you lose an opportunity. So I put my whole higher learning to the side and basically really went full force with creating this community. And now I'm just getting back to
Right.
what I originally started.
No, that is so dope. You dropped so many gems just in what you just said. And when y'all see that short and that reel pop off, you're gonna know it popped off here first. But listening, and again, this is so difficult for a lot of people because again, one of the things that we find, and I had this conversation with Nikki, shout out to Nikki Saunders a couple of weeks ago. And the question was, do you create content for yourself or do you create it for your audience? And this is a huge battle right now because there are a lot of people who are struggling to pivot because they want to do things that don't serve their audience. On the other hand, you take a step back to say, how can I better serve my audience by listening to them? And the thing is, and when you were doing higher learning, I've seen some of the videos, like you were getting traction. So to kind of walk away from the traction you were getting, it's like, you want me to give this up for this over here? But I think that's so dope that you were able to do that because most people don't want to do that. Most people just want trendy things, like we just said, and they're like, they care about the algorithm. And I think the biggest thing we're preaching and teaching right now is forget the algorithm, like focus on your audience. Forget the algorithm. Don't pay attention to the numbers. Yes, the analytics, all of those things are important. But I told somebody yesterday, I said, like YouTube Studio, YouTube Analytics, all of this stuff, it's going to drive you crazy because you're going to post a video and you're going to sit there and look at it and you're going to be like, bro, I ain't got no views. Ain't nobody watched it yet. And you're going to drive yourself crazy instead of just saying, hey, what is it that my audience really needs? And whether you have an audience of one, whether you have an audience of 100 or whether you have an audience of 100,000, if you learn to do what you just said, listen in, and really that will help you kind of determine, okay, what direction is it that I need to go? How do you feel I know you had the background coming in from, doing higher learning before, but are there any channels like creators? Because one of my friends, we were live Saturday, and one of the things she said is, it was a representation conversation. I don't see a lot of people that look like me. And one of the things I have talked about over the years is I show up the way I do because there are not a lot of people that do what we do that look like me and act like me. How big is that for you, just from seeing other people that look like you? Or do you feel like you've had to kind of step into that role of being the blueprint, being the reference point for somebody else, if they want to start their own community?
Yeah, I definitely think I had to step out on my own. I haven't, obviously, there's nothing else like what BCI is right now. And,
Right.
I think that's a part of what excited me about doing it. Yes, I was getting some mild success with our YouTube page, but I've always been about creating something that's bigger than me. I don't
That's
need
good.
to be the star. I just want to be effective. Everybody who knows me is that
Ooh.
Jackie is all about effectiveness. And if this is more than that, right? Even though that's a lot, that's doing good. But if you're doing better with something else that maybe is not what you originally planned, then you better move.
Ooh.
Go with the data. So
Mm.
I definitely think that it's important for us to just kind of think about what we're trying to accomplish and just examine it and line it up with what we really need. And a lot of times we need money, we need resources, we need support, and it may not be the way we're trying to get it. So we just got to kind of be careful to not be stuck because we think that's the way it's supposed to be.
That's so real. You just, if for those of my people, my content creators specifically on YouTube, I don't know if you caught it, but this is a gem you dropped. You didn't say the word. It didn't have anything to do with it, but the concept. Those of you who are struggling with thumbnails, I want you to think about what she just said as far as allowing other people to be the hero. When you're creating your content and you're trying to figure out why you're not getting traction. I know we all have beautiful faces. I'm guilty of this or whatever. You're so beautiful. You want to be seen. You want everybody to see that, you know, you are the stuff. You are legit. It's all about you. But I want you, those of you who are creating content, I want you to really consider in your battle of trying to figure out, am I creating content for myself or creating content for my audience? Remove yourself from the picture and say, okay, what is it that my audience really needs? I'm going to allow them to be the hero. So if I'm doing a review on a particular piece of tech, I don't necessarily have to be, you know what I'm saying, in the thumbnail. I'm gonna let the tech, you know what I'm saying, be the hero. If it's a particular conversation, I may just let the conversation or the topic itself be the hero. And so many of us struggle with that, especially in our community as African Americans. We want credit. And I think that's what lends to why they say black people can't work together. And it's like, because I think a lot of it, we want credit because we've never been given that credit. And so we've struggled mentally to be like, if nobody gives me the credit, I have to take the credit, you know, and even if that means sacrificing the opportunity to take a back seat to let somebody else shine, because I'm gonna eat regardless. I'm good. But like you said, if you great at this, why I don't need to be the face. I'm good. I'm getting credit on the back end. I ain't gotta be seen. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let somebody else eat. You just dropped so much, but you did say something that you're gonna get in trouble for. And this is gonna be one of the I'm gonna get ready to wrap up. In talking about BCI, you said there was a need for community outside of church. I want to be very careful how I say this, but a lot of times as Christians growing up in the African American church culture, a lot of times we feel that is the only community we should be a part of. And one of the things I've seen just in my own experience and looking at other people through my life, Black Christian entrepreneurs struggle because they think if they start a business, if they do anything, they got to put Jesus in front of it. They got to put church in it. Everything has got to be spiritual. And I'm like, y'all, I know God gave you the vision, but listen, wisdom is the principal thing. And nobody, when people see you come running with that, it's like, oh, no. You know, I want to ask you a question before I get you out of here. How do you identify, do you identify as a Christian content creator or like a Christian influencer, or are you a Christian that happens to create content or that happens to influence people? Or are you an influencer, a CEO who just happens to be Christian? Like, this kind of goes back to the Black female CEO. Which one comes first? Because I think we struggle with how to be, number one, human, how to be our best selves, not live our life in these communities outside the church through our titles, but to say, yo, you have a great product. Your packaging is just bad because you're trying to shove something down people's throat that it's like they're not going to receive, so they're going to reject what you're doing. And it's not so much that they're rejecting you, they're rejecting your packaging. How do you present yourself as a Christian in this space to not get overwhelmed with, oh my God, you know, let me put Jesus, let me put the church, let me put my faith in front of everything?
Yeah, and I feel it's not necessary. That's really one of the, although we have Christian in our name, we are still about people who are Christians that do different things. So we have attorneys, doctors, you know, individuals that, you know, I don't know, stay-at-home moms, whatever it is. We have
Right.
a whole array of these influencers that are part of our community, and not all of them publicly have on their platform, I am a Christian, right? So I don't think that is necessary. I think we have to walk things out, and as we walk it out, our life will be a testimony of the Christian. So we don't always have to say it. But if we live in right, it's gonna come out, because they're gonna be like, oh, she's something, what's different about her? Her integrity is on point, right? So all of this stuff is a part of the being a Christian. And so when people even ask me that question, like, which one, would you prioritize Black, why Christian, or not just Christian influencers? I'm all of the above, right? So there
Ooh,
is no first and no second. It's kind of like the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's the same person.
come on, teach
You
us.
know, it does not matter if I say Black Christian influencers or Christian Black influencers or influencers Christian Black. It doesn't matter because I'm all the same, and all of it is me. And so I think that we
Wow.
have to be careful with trying to put too much emphasis on something that's just a name. Like, what do you represent, though? That's what this is about. And to different circles, I share different things. And this is all about listening, right? So some people are very in need of a community of Black intellectual
Mm-hmm.
professionals. And it's just important because it does something for you when you're around other people of color that
Right.
are doing things good, right? So that's a piece that people need, right? Also, the Christian people need that space, right? So these are all spaces that can operate separately or together, but we represent them all. So we have people that are of color and some people that are Christian, but maybe not in one specific area, and influencers that don't even recognize themselves as an influencer. Half the people in our organization don't even want to admit that they are an influencer. Got platforms, 1 million people. I'm not no influencer though. Okay, whatever you want to call it, but that's what you are. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I think it's a lot of emphasis on the name, but the reality is that it's all about how you demonstrate, how you show up, how you connect, and your actions. So that's what I'm about. My words are speaking for me. In some point, people are just going to say BCI.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even remember where, oh, obviously they're gonna know I'm Christian, but it's not gonna be the emphasis on just the Black Christian influencers. We have a lot of plans to expand it as well.
That's Jackie. You have been absolutely amazing. Those of you who are still watching in the chat, whether it's Facebook, YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn, Instagram, I want you to literally. I mean, I need to see the emojis popping off. I need to see the hearts popping off. I need to see the 100s popping off because in a very short period of time, you just gave such a masterclass. And I think it's just good information, even for myself. I was able to take away a lot tonight. And I want to say thank you. We appreciate you. I'm not going to say I'm jealous, but I've been talking about this for the past week. Black women are winning out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can sell salt to a slug. You can sell the Bible to the devil and he'll be like, I'll gladly buy it. And it's not that men, that we don't have our things going on. It's just that, we so rough around the edges and we prideful and we don't want to admit that, like he's doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think we would be so much further along if we say, bro, you doing your thing. How can we link? How can we collab? I see women doing stuff where I'm like, bro, you doing it by the droves, about the hundreds of thousands. And I'm just like, what in the
I'm gonna give
world?
you a cheat code. I'm gonna give you a
Okay.
cheat code. 'Cause
Okay.
it's less about being a woman and more about being submissive, right? So the real trick is for you to not act like you have it all together. Now, I am very intelligent.
Ooh.
Most people don't even know how intelligent I am, but I do my best to not try to tell people because when they underestimate you or they think that you don't know a lot, they are more invested because a lot of people have very huge egos. And this is a problem for men because
Ooh.
for you to step back and to be, looked upon as not having it all together, it does something to your ego, which is why a lot of people don't support you as much. People like to be invested. They like to feel appreciated. They like to feel like they're contributing. So a lot of times I act as if I don't know things. And I'll let you talk to me and share with me things that I already know. And that will allow for you to want to help me more. Now, this could be used by a man or a woman. You do not have to be a woman to use this, but it's harder for men because a lot of times y'all don't want y'all egos to be like deflated. So that's the cheat code.
Yo, like, okay, we dropping comments. You know what I'm saying? The chat is going off because that was a gem. That was a gem. Like, and I mean, that's real talk. That's real talk. even I can admit that for myself. Like we don't want that ego to be bruised. You know, that thing hurt. You know, we hurt, and there's a lot of people around here got church hurt. It's like, nah, your ego just bruised. It's okay.
Yes, that's it.
Like you said, you'll be all right. Bounce back. You know what I'm saying? That kind of sound like my mama. Her bounce back game is strong. But nah, it's been such a pleasure. I'm so grateful and thankful, you know, for the opportunity. I'm gonna let you get out of here before you go. I'm gonna hang out with my crowd for a little while, and then we'll do some recap. But I'm gonna let you go. But before you go, anything you want to plug? I know, of course, the conference is coming up, but anything else, you know, that you want to plug? Podcasts, anything else you got going on other than BCI?
Yo, yeah, you've been doing great, man. You've been plugging my stuff for me. I didn't even have to do it. So, you know, just check the links. The conference is our focus. So I hope to see you there, and I hope to see everybody else in the conference as well.
Listen, y'all already know what it is, man. BCI is going on. It is going on. This is going to be the biggest thing to hit the scene, you know, and I would suggest that y'all get to Atlanta, that you get there quick, fast, in a hurry. If there's some seats left, if there's some tickets left, because this thing is selling out like hotcakes. But one more time, y'all go ahead, jump in the chat. Let Jackie feel all of that love. Jackie, once again, we appreciate you. Congratulations on every endeavor that you're doing, and we will be in touch. Hopefully, we'll see you in Atlanta.
Thank you. All right. Talk to you guys later.
All right. Have a good one, Jackie. Hey, man, y'all. Hey, if you enjoy that conversation, I need you. Listen, I need you to let it rip right now in the comments, man. She dropped. What? Look, when you would go to church and you would come home and your mama would ask you, what you learned in Sunday school today? What you learned in children's church? I want to know, what did y'all learn? Those of y'all that's still watching on IG, watching on YouTube Shorts, watching on YouTube, what somebody heard that happened to be. Okay, I'm sorry. I got comments, I don't know what they're talking about. What did you learn from that? We talking about like a 30-minute masterclass. Like boom. Like a 30-minute masterclass, jumped in and jumped out. Like when I say jump in, jump out, you know what I'm saying? Drop the cheat code. I gotta add razzle dazzle now. Fouché said I could listen to her all day. Listen, she was spitting facts on facts. KMH, was she not dropping them gems? She was dropping gems. Florence says straight fire. Yo, like, man, like, to me, it all really boils down to understanding who you are. Number one, you've got to understand, you have got to know who you are. You got to know who it is that you have been called to be. And so many of us struggle with imposter syndrome. Well, let me say this. Let me get this off my chest. This is my platform, and we on my show. Stop being a hater. Let me just get that out the way. Some of us would be so much further along if we would stop hating. Some of us need to stop talking about haters. Some of us just need to stop hating. And what I mean by hating is stop self-hating by paying attention to what everybody else is doing. Mind your business. And I know that may sound rude, but no, I'm saying mind the business that pays you. Mind your content. Like, stop chasing what other people are doing. You are great. There's something that you're supposed to be doing. Again, what did I say in the beginning? I want to help you find the audience that has been assigned to your voice. I want to help you build a stronger brand. I want to help you grow your business. I want to help you create those communities she talked about around the things that you're most passionate about. But you can't do that hating, paying attention to what everybody else got going on. Yo, you got work to do. So when you know who you are and what you've been called to do, she said her favorite scripture was Jeremiah 29:11. Come on, man. Like, there is greatness inside of you. Like, everything you need, all the answers you need have already been given to you. It's just a matter of, yo, when you gonna step up to the plate and take that step? So for some of you, like, it may be writing a book. For some of you, it may be starting a business. For some of you, it may be starting a clothing line. For some of you, it may be starting a blog. For some of you, it may be putting in an application. For some of you, it may be literally physically moving from where you are. And this is a show that's dedicated specifically to content creation. Like when you gonna post a video? When you gonna post a podcast? When you gonna turn it? Okay, you don't have the camera I have. You don't have the lights I have. You don't have the mic I had. Bro, all of this started with a phone. All of this started with a phone. I ain't even realized that was in my shot the whole time. All of this started with a phone, you know what I'm saying? And so that's number one, be secure in who you are, because it's impossible for you to listen. The problem that a lot of us have is that we start listening to everybody else and it makes us feel insecure and insignificant. And now you find yourself out here doing and trying to accomplish things that God never called you to do. Nor do you have the grace to do it. Because you're trying to, well, such and such is doing this, I got to do that. Well, Walt is doing this, I got to do that. Well, Jackie is doing this, no. What are you supposed to do? What is it that you have been graced, not just called, but what is it that you have been graced to do? Because when you operate outside of your line, you operate outside of grace. And when things fail, it's your fault. So don't go praying, talking about some, woo, Lord, the war is me. Like, no, you did that on your own. Now, don't bring God into it now. You did that on your own. When are you going to start? That's what I've been talking about, man. We was talking about, the post 10 challenge. I'm talking about that for the past, and shout out to those people who are just getting started, who have just said, listen, I'm going to do it. I don't care. And stop being afraid to fail. Failure is par for the course. And here's the reality of it. Let me say it like this. Stop being afraid to succeed. Let me change my language. Stop being afraid to succeed. People have a reference point for failure because you've seen that. The problem is you haven't seen a blueprint, or you don't have a reference point for what it looks like to make it. I just gave you one. I just gave you one. And to really hear her story, like, go to BCI in the podcast and follow her content and really follow her on IG or whatever. When she say her bounce back game is strong, her bounce back game is strong. Super strong. Super vulnerable. I think that's another thing she talked about as men. Like, we don't like that ego to get bruised. Like we want to show up like, I got it. Nah. Even tonight, bro, I've been live 30 times in like the past week. Florence, am I lying? Florence, am I lying? Because you thought I won't get no sleep. Florence, am I lying? KMH, am I lying? John, all of y'all have seen me go live. I ain't had no issues. And then we get to tonight. I ain't gonna blame it on the devil. It's I was doing a coaching call this morning and I said, hey bro, tech goes wrong. It happens. Sometimes things go, I literally told him, I said, bro, I work in IT and it's just some things you can't prevent. You know what I'm saying? Mind your business. Stop hating. Listen, dropping gold in our hands, man. KMH says, I love how she said about being effective versus being the star. Hold on, KMH. I got this. I'm gonna make it bigger. I'm gonna make it bigger for y'all. I'm sorry. Look, I don't care. I'm doing it live. I definitely sets a creator from the next is you have to want to make an impact and be effective versus just being a star. Absolutely. Which it says, Walter, thanks for doing this. It is a blessing. I will be on each one you have. I appreciate it. Ben, appreciate you jumping in, man. Failure is a part of growth. Florence says, you must know who you are. My kids are older. My son is about to be 23. Baby girl is 17. And I still correct them if the word hate may cuss like a sailor, but hate, absolutely. Hate is not in our vocabulary. Florence, I sleep. I get at least 7 hours. Now, when I get them 7 hours, maybe different, but I get them 7 hours. But listen, I appreciate y'all so much. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate Jackie for dropping the gems that she dropped. I appreciate y'all coming through. It's been a pleasure to be back in these YouTube streets, man. It's been a pleasure. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that comment button. I live in the comments. Comments are the new content. Content is the new currency. Comments are the new content. If you do the math, comments leads to more money. Yeah, I'll tell y'all about that when on my webinar. Speaking of which, again, y'all already know what it is. March the 4th, it's going down. Let me have a conversation with my people. Let me tell y'all something. I ain't begging for nothing. I'm not. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm the best worst salesman ever. I'm the best worst salesman ever. I'm the best worst salesman ever. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. But when I tell you, this is gonna be a night to remember. It's gonna change. I dare to say it's gonna change your life. It's at least gonna change your content creation life, which is gonna change your life because content creation has changed my life. YouTube has changed my life. Being a content creator, has literally changed my life. I'm not even being funny. I'm able to I was able to, pull in, a Jacquelyn educator because content creation has changed my life. Being able to pull in a Nikki Saunders because content creation has changed my life. And we got some more big things coming, but March the 4th, if you want to know how to do what she just said, if you want to understand how to master the art of content strategy, and I was very intentional about putting content strategy and not content creation, because some of y'all just want to know tricks. I ain't got tricks are for kids. That's what Kellogg said. Was it Kellogg's or General Mills? I think tricks might be General Mills. I'm kind of telling my age, and I ain't even that old. But yeah, man, we gonna learn how to listen more. I love what she said about listening help her pivot. Man, that applies to life. Those of you who are considering some major decisions right now, listen. Listening helped her pivot. John says your internet spotty. Nah, I don't, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Nah, I'm hardwired. I don't know what in the world happened. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't gonna worry about it. Y'all definitely go back and catch the replay. But yeah, it's gonna be dope. Jackie came through and dropped straight fire, straight gems. And like I said, she wears 1,000 different hats, so I didn't want to hold her long or the normal time. But yeah, y'all remember we got the webinar going on. Couple of other things we got going on. If you don't know, Creative Verse is back. If you are a fan of Chris Do, if you like me and you are a super fan of Chris Do, Creative Verse is back. If you missed last year, you missed a treat, but it's back and it's 3 days instead of 2. So you got the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th. Scaling your business, powered by sales, marketing, and AI. Go ahead and hit that link, creativeverse.org. Shout out to the team, EB, Elton Benjamin, and bro, every time I get ready to say this man's name, I draw a blank. Omar. Goodness gracious. Shout out to EB and Omar and the rest of the team over there. But yeah, Chris Do is coming back to Raleigh. You know what I'm saying? So listen, y'all got a lot to do. So you got to get to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? May 10th, the weekend of May the 10th. That's going on. And then you got to come back to Raleigh. You know what I'm saying? The next weekend of May the 17th for Creativeverse. And then all of my people that's local. All of my people that's local in the Triangle area. Road to Generation is having their vendor fair and their job fair going down on April the 13th, 2024. Listen, I had a chance to be there last year and oh my God, man. And here's the crazy part. It was raining. It was supposed to be outside. It got rained out. It didn't get rained out. They pushed it to the inside. And it might have been a bigger success because it was inside than outside. It was crazy. And especially, listen, we just talked about getting started. Now have your stuff together. Don't go out there fronting, you know what I'm saying, and think you're going to get over on people. No, have your stuff together. But definitely go ahead and hit that information, and you can scan that QR code if you're watching on a computer or something right now. If you're on the phone, then yeah, you kind of out of luck. But deadline to set up is March the 15th, 2024. Road to Generation is going to be dope. Man, I'm just excited. I'm excited. That rapid fire that rapid fire it blew up everything. It blew up everything. And honestly, that's never happened. But again, tech issues happen, but we learn how to keep going. But again, if you found value in anything that we said tonight, you know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell so you can be notified every single time I post new content like this to the channel. Y'all let me know in the comments who y'all want to see next. I'm going to interview. It's a lot of y'all in the chat I want to bring on. It's a lot of y'all in the chat that's got a lot going on, that's got a lot to say, that's got some big things going on. I got to pull you in and talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Cam H, listen, let me know. We will definitely link up. Shout out to you. The beautiful thing about community is being able to connect with people from all different walks of life, people that look like you, people that come from totally different other communities, but people all around the world. That's the greatest thing about what we're doing. We got people watching from everywhere. I'm not blowing smoke. I'm not saying that. I can show you analytics. I can show you comments. I can show you, conversations. All right. Heading to Incubator's couch, bro. Robert, what's going on, man? Hey, y'all, I ain't gonna say the next great because he's already doing it. Hey, John, my guy right here, Robert Lee Edwards. Yo, Rob, if you on YouTube, drop your information in the chat. John, I don't know if you're on Facebook, but connect with my guy. Look, I'm trying to connect all the super shooters. JJSC Tech, that's John. John is a super shooter. You know what I'm saying? Put your information in so I can actually put it on the screen. And I'm connecting all my super shooters together because I'm just sitting back watching. I can't do it. I'm out of my league. I'm gonna let y'all have it. We got about 4 minutes left before we wrap it up for the night, family. But yeah, y'all let me know who we need to bring on next. I was on Kirk's coaching corner a week ago, and then we did the Why I Go Live podcast. So that's coming. That should be coming out soon. I'm gonna be on the stream show with him and Strick in a couple of weeks. That Sunday before the webinar. That's oh man. John talking about some I'm regular. Man, get your life. Florence, we definitely gonna bring you on the show. You the greatest moderator known to mankind. So we got to bring you up there. John says, I'm gonna drop that video for you today as well, man. Absolutely, man. Y'all, John is a technology. I'm out of my league, yo. Bring on MKBHD. You know what, John? I'm going to reach out. Just because you said it, I'm going to reach out. It might not happen now, but at some point, whether you going to see me and Marquez Brownlee on the same screen, just because you said it. Hey, John, they go Rob information. Go grab that. Grab that information. Y'all super shooters link up. I'm out of my league. But just because you said it, John, I'm gonna put your comment back up here. Bring on M. Just because you said it, I'm gonna put my ego. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put my imposter syndrome to the side. Cause I'm like, hey, bro, I ain't scared. I want to talk to you. We can talk. Let's go. I want to know. I want to pick your brain. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, family. I appreciate y'all coming through again. You already know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and click that bell so you can be notified every single time I post new content to the channel. If you're not, listen, y'all, I'm not on Facebook like that. I'm honestly not on IG like that. LinkedIn, I'm trying to give y'all some love, but y'all don't love me. So, it is what it is. But right now, we in these YouTube streets. It's popping off. And I don't know if you're going to see me live again this week, Florence, because Florence said I don't get no sleep. So I got to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting rest. I don't care what y'all say. I'm getting good sleep because God is just blessing me. So I'm getting good sleep. But yeah, y'all already see the shorts. You see the reels posted every day. We're going to shoot out some content from this. But man, look, as I was growing up, did our hearts not burn? Did Jackie not drop some absolute gems on us tonight? Go follow her, Jackie the Educator, on Instagram, BCI, Black Christian Influencers. You have all that information. But it's been real, family. I love y'all. Y'all be easy. If nobody has told you that they're proud of you, I am proud of you. Don't quit. You do not have permission to quit. You do not have permission to give up. There is an audience assigned to your voice. We just got to figure out how we find that audience, and we can convert that audience into the greatest brand, the greatest business, and the greatest community that you have ever seen in your life. And we're going to do it one video at a time. So until next time, I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace and love, family. I see y'all over on YouTube.